Hey everyone, welcome back to Eddie's World. This is our Akedo collection. Now, the other day we were opening up packs off camera and Eddie opened up this guy and he said, "Daddy, we got Stormstrike." And I was looking at him like, this isn't Stormstrike. But I mean, he is Stormstrike. So that gave me an idea. Since we can't get Stormstrike, I am gonna turn this guy into Stormstrike. Alright guys, make sure you watch this video to the very end because even I was blown away with the results. So first, what I'm doing here is I need to make Stormstrike's dual weapons. So I noticed that Chux Lee's weapon looked perfect to alter into Stormstrike's weapon. So, I mean, there's no other way to do it. I had to cut his hands off. And then once I had his nunchucks out, I had to cut Stormstrike's dice, as I call them, out of some PVC I had left over. And here I'm just drilling 2 holes straight through. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut Chux Lee's nunchucks and I'm just gonna stick that end into these 2 cubes and glue them in. And as you can see, those are exact replicas of Stormstrike's weapons right there. So I'm just gonna pour a little Gorilla Glue in there and put it out in the sun to dry. Now these things actually expand when they dry, so a little foam came out. I'm just gonna cut that off and then I'm gonna spray paint these things as best I can. Now I know these are moving parts, so chances are the paint is not gonna do well on these. You can see it's still a little bumpy. I just sanded them really quickly and then I put a couple of layers of paint on them. Now onto Stormstrike himself. Once I figured out how they got these weapons in, I knew it was just in there with pressure, so I just pulled it out. And firstly, I started painting the white. At this point, I wasn't sure how this thing was gonna come out because there's a lot of small things you gotta paint, so I honestly had no idea how this was gonna turn out. I was really anxious to just get some paint on this guy and see if I could get any kind of clue as to if this was gonna actually work or not. But once I started getting most of the white down, I could see that it was actually looking all right. Luckily, a lot of the different colors have bumps and are clearly defined, so it was pretty easy to paint. So as you can see there, the white is on the first coat at least, and it's looking pretty good. So next I have this blue. There's actually 2 blues I'm painting on this guy. This was the darker of the 2. So I just decided to paint all of him. And I mean, this was some really fine detail work. Having him on that little controller was really helpful because I could spin him like that. So as you see, that's just 1 coat and it already looks pretty good right there. So now here I'm painting the lighter of the blues, and it's a little hard to see on camera here. Now right here you can see it a little better. In person it looks really good. I think you can see it too at the end how good it looks, but this is the lighter of the 2 blues. Now if you look at Stormstrike on the checklist, he looks completely different than the pictures I've seen of people who have actually gotten him. So I was going off of the pictures of people who have actually gotten Stormstrike. I was not going off the checklist because that one shows his darker blue color very dark. So as you can see, both his blues are pretty light. His shoulder pad and his base plate are going to be pretty dark. So that right there, guys, that looks really good to me. I was really happy at this point how it was turning out, but I realized I didn't have one of the colors that I needed, so we're going back to the thrift store. And don't worry, because you guys can just wait in the car. And I'm back. I got it. It's that metallic blue for his shoulders and for his base plate. And here is the metallic blue, and this just sealed the deal. Once this went on, even with only one coat, it was just amazing to see. Yeah, you guys can see there, it looks pretty good. And once I painted this stripe on his chest, it really was starting to come together. Now I'm painting his base plate that metallic blue color. This is just the first coat. Everything needed 2 to 3 coats. So here is the finish Stormstrike, and I think it looks amazing. Minus the fact that it does not glow in the dark, I think it looks amazing. So the only thing left to do is put in his weapons. It's fully working, really good. Second one is going on, and it's pretty good. I didn't want to go wild with swinging them because some of the pieces were not completely dry, but this is the final product compared to what we started with, and it came out so nice. I'm so happy with the way it came out. And I wanted to do a reaction with Eddie and Clark, but this video just was taking too long, and I wanted to test him out, but I was afraid that he wasn't fully dry. So we're gonna do that in a part 2, guys. So thanks for watching to the end, and if you enjoyed it, please subscribe to Eddie's World. If you guys like this video, you guys will really love our channel, and don't forget to click on notifications so you can see part 2 of this. Thanks, guys.